Thank you, Deputy Presiding Officer. 500 workers were on the verge of filling up the BiFab yards to work on the NNG wind farm off the Fife coast. This would have provided a real-life connection between the domestic electricity users and the massive turbines that they are ultimately paying for. It would have tied the economic well-being of industrial communities across Scotland with our efforts to combat climate change. It would have signalled to other companies and countries across the world that Scotland was matching the high rhetoric of Alex Salmond, Nicola Sturgeon and even Keith Brown with delivery. Buying in everyone into the battle on climate change is essential if we are to succeed in that battle. But today, this has come to nothing. There will be 54 turbines for the NNG wind farm. But this government can't even get organised to build 8 of them. At no point did the Scottish Government tell the Parliament that BiFab was on the edge of collapse. Where was the debate about the additional support that was supposedly required? For 2 years, this government has boasted that it has saved BiFab, but the truth is this: a couple of hundred temporary jobs were created in the last couple of years. If the reports are accurate that the government may lose over £52 million it invested in BiFab, it will mean each job has cost us £262,000, £250,000 for every job, every temporary job that has been created. If we paid everyone £50,000 a year to each of those workers to sit at home and do nothing for the next 5 years, we'd still have money left over. It is an astonishing waste of money. But what is even more wasteful is that it's a failed opportunity to bring economic opportunities for hundreds of people across Scotland. And the government answer? Yet another working group and a commitment to leave no stone unturned. If the government is expert at this. It's expert at creating working groups, reviews and studies. If setting up working groups and turning over stones created jobs, we'd have full employment in this country by now. Who knew that when Alex Salmond was talking about the Saudi Arabia of renewables, what he meant was that Scotland was going to be turned into an industrial desert? I feel sorry for Fiona Hislop for being handed this portfolio. Keith Brown, who's not even here today to answer for himself, Nicola Sturgeon and Alex Salmond should be in this seat explaining why this has all gone wrong. They are the architects of this situation. They are responsible for this. And I find it staggering that the government is pointing the finger at DF Barnes when it was the Scottish Government that recommended that company to this Parliament. They brought them here. They are responsible for that company being in charge. So what should happen now? The government should publish the legal advice on state aid without any further delay. The union have done that. The government should follow. The government should immediately contact EDF and Saipem to ensure that those jackets, those 8 jackets, can still be built here if we can get our act together. That we should have an industrial plan by January to secure those jobs and even more. The clock is ticking. From the Fife coast, I can see the work on the NNG already started. The S7000, Saipem's semi-submersible crane vessel, is installing the casings for piles and preparing the seabed. The question is, can the government get working too, or will it create another working group?